Hi there, it's Ruth at Artful Stampin', back with a Christmas challenge for the 25th of the month. And so today we're going to be challenging you guys to make a box that can, or bag that can be flattened and stored until Christmas when you need it. So I'm going to be using the bag punch board here, the gift bag punch board, to make a simple box bag type thing that can, for me, use to give gift socks, because I like gifting socks around Christmas time. And so I've got here enough space to pop some socks into there, and then for me to fold the top and to put a decoration on here. So I'm going to show you how I've done that. You need a standard piece of cardstock. This is the UK size A4. But I think this is probably doable with the American sizing one as well. And rather than using the gusset section here, we're going to ignore that. Just put the card in up to the line that it tells you to do it. Then punch, do your score across the top, and then score at the small indentation there, or marking there. Then move it across so that the score line that you've just done meets up with the corner marker at that point there. Then punch and score at S again. Move it along, punch, score down, then move it along, punch, score and score down. Then you've got to remember to just punch that final piece there, and that's most of it done. Then the best thing to do, I found, was to just cut along here and then cut a little piece off here, because we end up having about that much left, which we only need about half of that left to actually stick it together. So then I want to do another score line down the side of the box. So to do that, all I did was, rather than getting out my cut trimmer, I just lined up the side of so this is the top of the box bag, and I just used this S score line there just to do that, and then moved it up a little bit, did a little bit more, and then just turned it over and did the other side so that I had a score line meeting the previous one that I did. Move it up and then just score again. Of course, if you've got your trimmer handy, then just use that, that's fine. So I'm just going to bring in the one that I did earlier. So here we have the bag box, and so now we're going to decorate it. So here I've already cut out some pieces of paper. Now this isn't necessarily Christmas paper, this is actually from that lovely Daisy collection, but it's green, so I'm going with it. And I just want to very simply decorate. The whole idea of this is just to do some very simple designs, and I'm going to stamp now onto here to decorate it a little bit. So I've pre-cut some little bits and pieces that I'm going to be using. So here they are, and I want to pick up the red that I've used in the red glimmer paper for that lovely flower. So I've got real red here, and on this block I've also already placed some of the stars from the Star of Light stamp set, which is this one here. And I've clustered them together. I find this is a really useful way of not having to stamp too many times. And then I've got that lovely big starry galaxy looking stamp as well. So my focal point is going to be centered around one of the edges, so I'm not too worried about stamping loads. Actually, no, I'm going to move it up. I'm going to have it on this one because I've already sort of pre-folded that, so I'm just going to stamp that there like that. Maybe have that going up the side, have that one going off there. And my piece of paper is actually going to be stuck onto there, so I I know where I'm kind of like heading for. I'm just gonna stamp some stars going off. Actually, I fancy some stars on my DSP as well. Okay, that's it. Then I've already pre-stamped a piece of card with the lovely sheet music stamp set, this one here, and all I did was one impression onto a piece of Whisper White card, and then I've just torn it into 4 pieces to get 4 pieces that I need. And what I want to do is just stick that then on top of here, just to create an extra bit of texture. So I'll just stick that piece down first. And I've also just sort of push back the edges here to make it look a little bit more dimensional. So I'm just going to add that there. Now I must remember to stamp my sentiment. So I better get that in before I start decorating too much. And then I want to use some of this really fine gold sequin, which is so cute. And I don't want to make this too thick because these are meant to be, I've got to keep these flat until Christmas, so I'm just going to have that stuck there and crossed over. And I'm hoping that a dimensional is just going to keep it all in place so that I don't have to faff around with too much glue. Maybe 2 dimensionals, let's have a see. Or 1.5, let's see if that works. Because I want to hide that then with my flower that's going to go over the top. So I'll just peel that back. Pop that on. I'm trying to hide all the dimensional under there. And then I've got the fabulous gold faceted gems, or jelly tots as I call them, just to pop over the top there to add that added hint of luxury. Now I'm sure you're wanting to see how this all comes together. So if you like this project and you would like to join in the fun on our Facebook page, the Christmas Stampathon Challenge 2018, then head over to Facebook, type that in. I'll post a link in the description below. And if you would like to enter this month's challenge, you've just got to make 2 or more foldable, flattenable bags or packaging that you can then store away ready for Christmas. So I'm going to actually store these like this, but I will show you how they all kind of come together. So when it's time for me to use this, all I'm going to do is just stick that there and stick that down like that. And then I'm going to squeeze that together and then probably put up one of those gorgeous binder clips that I've had lying around on my desk for ages, but I'm afraid my desk is rather messy after a bit of a marathon go of crafting yesterday. But anyway, you can kind of get the gist of it. And the idea of having this crease here is so that it folds over nicely when you kind of pinch it all together. So it's a bit like a milk top carton like that. So there we go. If you want to join in the fun, head over there now, post a picture. Every time you enter, if you enter for the first month, you get 1 ticket into a draw. The second time you enter, you get 2 tickets and so on. And then all these names are going to go into a draw. And if you're from the UK, you have the possibility of winning £50 worth of Stampin' Up! Product. So there's a little added incentive for you to be joining in. But the main thing is that you get lots of inspiration from all the other crafters that are creating a similar project to you this month. So go get it in before the 24th of April, and we'll be back again on the 25th of April with another Christmas challenge. Okay, take care for now. Bye. Oops. Bye.